96.
All right, welcome back
Good
to the
evening.
Free Marketeers Show. All right. Good evening. Yes, this is episode 96. And we are four more episodes to wrap our 100 episode journey. And
Yes.
tonight we have Tanel from Smiley and all the way
Yeah.
from Estonia. We are so
You can you,
excited
you
Woo!
to
yeah. You
learn
guys can
from him.
sense a sense of relief when we say 96, right?
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Like it's really like a relief in a way. And TY, oh yeah, by the way, this is our fourth marketer, TY. He's gonna take over the show after the 100 episode,
Yes.
and we don't know what he's gonna do yet, but we did the, like we actually passed the baton to him in the last episode. Okay,
Mm.
so we're actually looking forward for what he's gonna come up with. But
Yes.
nonetheless, thank you for joining us, Tanel, all the way from Estonia. And Tanel is actually invited by Andrew, who is known as our email guy. And Tanel and Smiley is actually an email service provider. So I think this totally rhymes together with Andrew, right? So just gonna hand it
Mm.
over to Andrew. Andrew, please help us,
Okay.
understand Tanel and Smiley more before we actually, roll on to this show.
Right, sure. As you know, most of my guests that comes on basically are from LinkedIn, my LinkedIn connections. And how I got to know Tanel is, as I post my regular posts, then all of a sudden there was this comment from this gentleman, and I've heard of Smiley at that point, and obviously we connected from there, and that's how we became connections, or basically became friends in terms of basically knowing each other's what we do. And one day, Tanel reached out to me and said, "Hey, would you want to appear in as a speaker in one of an event conducted by annual event, which is done by Smiley?" And you know me, I'm crazy for basically just showing up. So I told him yes, and that's how we built a deeper relationship. We connect, we communicate more often, and I'm glad because I also have a platform, although it's smaller, we have a platform. So I'm glad to be able to return the favor and invite our friend onto our show. Okay. And Estonia is interesting. It is a very advanced country. Um, I think your government services is fully digitalized.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
Everything goes through the digital things.
I
So
see.
you have, let's say you have like ID card, you can register it, all your things where you live, all the documents, you can sign absolutely all the documents, your bank loans, whatever the government
Mm,
needs, everything in you can just sign it through this card and no paperwork at all.
yep.
Oh, wow.
So they were, I think, featured during the COVID as one of the countries we had basically transitioned very seamlessly into digital because they have been doing it way before COVID has has happened. So that's pretty cool. So now it is a country which is a very strong culture of technology innovation, and obviously when Smiley came into place, obviously it's coming from a very strong background. And I just want to we were discussing prior to the show, and before we start with the rest of the questions, I want to know basically you've been doing marketing and you're an expert in marketing for many years, and you also now recently an editor in chief of marketing newsletter. I could not pronounce the name, so I'm not going to try to butcher it. So maybe you can help me with that. But how did you get involved uh, with Smiley
With marketing or with Smiley?
with
Maybe we can
marketing?
start with marketing,
Yeah.
then with Smiley.
Okay, with marketing, this is actually like fancy thing because in university I studied agronomy.
Ooh.
Okay.
Yeah, so I know anything about agriculture, etc., etc. But it was already like oh, way huge of amount of times back. So and there was super difficult to find the work in this field. So after ending my university studies, I have in Estonia there is a small island called Saaremaa.
Mm.
You can look in from the map. It's not so small. So and my grandfather grandmother had there some land, And after university, actually, became a farmer for 2 years.
Oh,
The real farmer. And we had sheep and cows and whatever things.
right.
And but times was difficult, da 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 da, and I moved back to the Estonian capital, Tallinn,
Mm.
and looked for the job. Nothing special didn't found. And one day, walking in the street, and saw my classmate from like college, and asked that, "Oh right, you look so cool, businessman with a mobile phone, the first mobile phones with a black suit and white shirt, and what are you doing?" All right, I just started my advertising agency like 3 months ago. So I asked that how many workers you have, like two. I asked, okay, can I be part of it? He said that, okay, if you can tell me tomorrow what you want to do, then we can talk about it. I went to the library, took three books on the marketing, the basics of marketing. The other was the psychology of the advertising, and third was also something with it because e-commerce and web was the no go. And
Right.
I read those books during the night, and next morning I went, oh, I want to do like this and that and that. And he said, all right, let's do it. The year was 96.
Ooh, wow.
1996.
Yeah.
Wow. I was
Okay.
like,
So, and we started with three people, and when I left, I was one of the founders. There was 25 people in our company, and it
Mm.
was the most known advertising agency in Estonia.
Wow.
wow.
Awesome.
After that, I worked. I wanted to change actually a little bit, not be in the part of the agency, but from look the things from other side. So I was the marketing director of the Renault in Estonia.
Mm.
So and after that, helped a couple of small agencies to start their things. Was marketing director of one of the biggest retail changes in Estonia. And then I thought that, all right, now it's time to go back to do the agency thing. I went to one small agency, but then already it was 10 years ago. Uh,
Ooh.
my wife learned like during 3 or 4 months to build up the web shops. There
Mm.
was not the WordPress and WooCommerce was like very small, and she learned Joomla, if you know Joomla.
Yeah, we talked
Wow.
about it last week. It's like one of
So
the
and
earliest,
but
yes.
but couple of our clients for whom we did the web pages asked that, okay, but do you know anything about email marketing? We said, well, no problems. So she learned how to write code for emails.
Ooh.
We put up two servers in states, used Amazon says for sending, and bought Interspire for the front end, and started our small email marketing business. And one day happened this that we probably sent too much spam. Those American servers were cut down, and I
Oh.
looked from Estonia that, okay, do we have
Mm.
some companies who can help me, because my clients needed to send out anyway their emails.
Yeah.
So and I found two companies. With one I talked, they was like, oh, you're too small, we don't want to talk to you, blah 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 blah. and the other was like Erki. And actually, this is also the funny story because we met. He gave me his business card, and there was like you can use 10,000 credits to send your emails out.
Mm.
And I thought that, all right, I had like probably 14 on 50,000, 15,000 contacts. I sent it out. He sent me he sent me a invoice, but I didn't pay it.
Right?
So I thought that, okay, gave me your business card with 10,000 free credits. So I hope that everything is done. And he started harassing me that, hey guy, when are you paying your invoice? And actually, then we met and we talked about that what I'm doing. Then he was in the other company, and just it's some way that okay, maybe we can do some things together. And then I quit my thing, moved all my clients there, and because I have so huge amount of connections during my work in the marketing. So actually, I knew probably all the heads of marketing, all the big companies in Estonia. So for me was very easy started to sell that. Hey guys, I'm doing now this thing, and maybe we can meet. Da 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 da. Or someone like called that. I know that you did this thing. Maybe you can help. Okay, I'm doing something now with those guys, and you can talk with them. So actually, we met to 10 years ago. It's like 2012.
2012, 12, 13.
And we started doing business together 2013, and I quit all my other businesses 2014, and from this moment
Wow.
I'm 1% smiley.
Smiley is about 16 years already, right? He started in
Yeah,
2005. Yeah.
yeah, because the first when Erki did, he worked in this company called Fruct,
Mm.
and the platform for emails were Fruct Spammer.
No wonder I sense when you're talking to you and Aki, it's like, there's always a rebellious streak in Smiley. You guys are not your typical nice guy. It's heavy metal.
Heavy metal, yeah.
Gung ho. Okay,
So in short,
now I know where it
actually,
comes from.
yeah. I mean, sorry to
You
interrupt. Yeah, Tanel, what I mean, you were saying that you actually trying to start an email marketing company, but you bump into some challenges, and you actually reach out to like two companies to ask for help, and one of them was Erki, and then yeah, that's how the story really started. That's actually
Yeah,
very. So basically, I mean, up to now, right? I think it's good that we actually can do a very so-called official introduction, okay, to our audience about Smiley, because I guess it's a very interesting story on how you two met, and of course now we understand that like both of us carries a lot of kind of like rebellious soul in you, and then you guys are trying to rock the industry and do things differently. Maybe you can actually share with us a little bit about Smiley and like what is Smiley really is, and what do you guys really represent. And
okay. You all probably know Mailchimp, Klaviyo, Constant Contact, Campaign Monitor. Probably I can speak name here like hundreds of them. So when we started, we was like four people. Erki,
Mm.
his friend from this Fruct, who is our CTO, and he's actually the father of our Smiley platform, all the logic, etc., etc. And me and Erki's sister. So we started like from small, We had like, I don't know, maybe 100 clients or even less. And the first we wanted just, okay, you can send, you can build nice templates. Actually, we didn't have any fancy template builder, so everything was like vis-a-vis. You have to do most of the coding by yourself. But then actually all the others, let's say it was 2014, when everybody started to build the drag and drop things and
I see.
landing pages and
Interface.
Yep.
whatever. So okay, we can't compete when we have like, I don't know, like words reductor, and you can do something there, and but it's not very nice what you can do there. So Guy did like during 1 month built up something that you can drag and drop. And actually, we went to do meet our first big client from, I don't remember, in Latvia or Lithuania. And actually, it was like a couple of blue and green and brown dots you can move like din 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 din. But they said, "All right, yeah, it looks very cool." And then it went like probably during the 6 or 7 months when our drag and drop editor was ready. And then it was like very easy to start sell more because we had in Estonia the advantage that we can speak with our clients in Estonian language. Was extremely easy to convert clients from MailChimp, because in MailChimp you don't have, okay, they had customer support, but you had to pay extra. Now they probably don't have anymore. You have to go all those forums or tutorials, etc., etc.
Yep.
And our advantage was that we are offering you the help, whatever you need, with strategy. We can help all the technical things, etc., etc., etc. So, and then we started little bit more thinking. Okay, we have now nice template editor. You can send out things. Okay, what more? Then we did the automation thing, because then, let's say it was like 4 years ago or something, that people already started to do more e-commerce, and you have to do even the welcome email series or whatever. Then we added landing pages. Now we are working with all those special transactional things, etc., etc. So, what is Smiley? We are email marketing and automation platform.
Awesome. I can really tell that, like your growth story coming from you just now actually captured one thing very importantly, which is you guys, instead of like other a lot of service providers, when they started, actually started with a very vast so-called expansion strategy. But for you guys, it seems like you're very grounded and you're only focusing on, like you say, you
Yeah,
started with
because
Estonia.
if you're thinking that everybody talking about the unicorns,
Mm,
Yes.
so we never raised any money.
Oh,
wow.
So, and if we are looking the numbers now from 2015 till this day, we have grown 25 times.
Oh,
So every year we look the numbers like week ago that the average growth per year is 25 up to 45, 50%.
not bad.
And
Awesome.
we had like couple of offers that, all right, guys, give us like, I don't know, 20% and we will give your money, or maybe
Mm.
you want to raise some huge amount of money. But we actually don't. If you are thinking about those unicorns, probably from 10 unicorns, one survives, and it's not gonna be the unicorn. It's gonna be like just something. This is why we just doing this like potential growth. Okay, it's not gonna be like this, but if you're going like this, there is huge opportunity to you are going like down also.
And
So
another challenge
Absolutely.
is your technology's infra, you may not be able to cope with all the sudden spike. I think that's a
yeah,
very
so from 100 clients, we have now 20,000 active account. Half of them are paying clients, and they are sending 2 billion emails per year to us.
Wow.
fantastic.
So okay, it's not Mailchimp. They are sending like 15 billion per Black
Of course.
Friday. But anyway, this is the smile.
Awesome.
I don't know. I'm kind of old school in a sense that I always believe that you build your business one brick at a time. The
Yeah.
thing about unicorn is what they're doing is they're just kicking the cost down the line. Eventually, it will catch up. And that's why you see some will, if they raise enough and they can survive that, then fine. In most cases, they will probably crash and burn because they were growing too fast. And the element of being close to the customer has lost. I mean, I've seen, for example, like Miller previously, they were pretty small, and they got acquired, and all of a sudden, they no longer provide live customer support, and that was the key thing that actually made them different. So once you go into so-called you sleep with the devil, eventually you will lose that touch.
You're so bad. You say it's a sleep with devil, but sort of, like kind of like we're like looking for
Yeah, and
alternative for.
if you are doing only for the money, that all right,
Yeah.
let's rise and pump it up, and then we will do the
IPO.
yeah.
Either
No,
you
not
sell the
APO.
company
You
or the
just
IPO.
doing the exit. Oh, I can sell it like for, and then I will.
Yeah.
But has it got to do with the culture in Estonia? Because okay, now we understand a few things. First thing first, Estonia is a very advanced country, and you have a lot of tech experts or so-called the talent over there. And obviously, with that, I believe a lot of companies are actually kind of like being budding in the
Yeah,
country. Like,
if you are knowing, probably Skype.
yeah,
Yes.
It's from Estonia.
wow,
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's a nice
Uh,
place. I was just sharing with Jason, the
the
founder of Mind Valley. Yeah.
Skype was built first in Estonia, and then the Microsoft bought it. Like I don't
Oh, there you go.
remember how many billions. Bike Drive, what is?
Okay. CRM.
Yeah, it's like Salesforce.
wow.
Yes.
Yeah, it's also from Estonia. So they was first they called TransferWise. Now it's Wise. They are in UK stock also. They are the money transferring business.
Yeah.
It's also from Estonia. And I don't know in Asia, but you probably know the Uber.
Yes.
Uber, yeah.
I don't know is this Bolt is also in Asia or
Used to.
It
used to.
was. It was.
Yeah.
Then it got
Yeah,
acquired.
the
The
Bolt
Asian
is
side.
also
Yeah.
from Estonia. I actually know those guys who did it.
Wow.
Wow.
That's
So-
What was the
so
secret
those-
sauce?
So those are the unicorns from Estonia. Yeah, we have
Wow.
like the last, let's say, probably 5-6 years as
Right.
the all this IoT, whatever, blockchain, is advancing so much. So everybody, if they have great idea and they can manage it, yeah, then it's gonna be success. But as you also told that most of the so-called unicorns, they just crash and burn.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. We have a comment from Richard. Richard said tech is introduced young at Estonia. Kids code, while Malaysian kids mainly watch TikTok.
Yeah,
We
my
were
kids also watch
consumers.
TikTok.
That's a good remark, though. But definitely, I'm very sure TikTok is not from Estonia. So that's
Yeah.
Okay.
No,
That's pretty obvious.
okay.
So they actually started coding young. as Richard say, right? Is that true? Tanel,
Yeah, Erki probably most of Estonian Erki don't code very well. So, but our CTO, he started probably in school already.
Wow.
If I'm thinking when I was young, it was like million years ago. The Soviet times, Soviet Union times. Actually, in the I saw the I went to this computer club, what was in Estonian University Taltech. So there was the first Apple personal computer. So yeah, probably it is because we have the computer classes from probably from fourth or sixth grade here.
Oh, wow.
That's very early. That's a really a young age to start.
Yeah,
Right.
because my son now he's 16, and probably when he was 10, he was like, "Oh, hey, what is Python thing, and how can do things and that," and tried also the programming things. So yeah, it's going because everybody is like everything is IT, everything is digitalized.
It's very
So this is because everybody starts very early.
awesome.
Wow. So looks like Estonia is the Silicon Valley of Europe then.
It sounds like
Yeah,
it though.
Oh, yeah.
we
Yeah.
want to be.
Entry-level programming languages.
Like Richard added, he said Estonia starts coding at first grade, 7 years
Oh my
old.
Yeah,
goodness.
probably it depends because not in every school it's gonna be like that.
Right. But even some school starts at 7 year old is crazy. You know, like
Yeah, it's more like it's actually as Richard said that it's play. You can just move the
play.
blocks and
Correct.
tick tick tick
Correct.
tick, and then
Yep.
what happens?
Yeah, Richard say which is a good age to start because the mind is still at play and exploration mode. I think that's totally a very smart move to really like like really start educating your
The next
people,
generation.
the next generation, to actually stay
Absolutely.
ahead of the competition. Thanks for
All right.
adding the info,
Richard,
Richard. Thank you so
cool.
much.
Awesome.
Yeah, I mean, probably like circle back to Smiley, okay? And now we know the story of how you and Erky actually kind of like met, like chasing after invoices and stuff, for payment and that. Okay. And probably want to actually circle back to the story of how Erky actually started Smiley. And now,
Actually, the case was the same. He worked in the company. He was one of the owners of the company. I said the Fruct, and they also built websites.
Yes.
And some clients needed also the email sending. So we started a little bit the same, but he had then a little bit bigger team. So he managed to build, then it was like the fruit spammer, and after it was the send smiley, not smiley. We changed probably the name probably 5 years ago.
so it was
Because
Send Smiley.
send smiley, yeah, it's like
Oh, yes.
sending mails with smiley.
That's
But
cool.
it was absolutely difficult. This okay? Can you give me your email address, Tanel, and at send smiley? How it was send smiley? Can you pronounce it by the letters? S. Okay, didn't got it.
Yeah.
So we have to do it a little bit shorter, and we did it like smiley. But anyway, now you can get every snaily and whatever names.
That's true.
Right. That's
But
cool.
yeah,
Keep it simple. Keep it simple.
the point was that they exactly the same, that the clients wanted to send something, and it was better to build something by themselves than use something other.
So it's like
Okay.
really riding on the need that is already existing in the market. And because you guys are already working with all these clients, you guys are not really starting as a email marketing company. You guys are like Like Erky was actually running a software house, and you
Yeah.
have been in the market for a long time. You've worked with clients, and actually that's how things started. But it's amazing how the story actually started 16 years ago, and up to now, you guys actually really lead the market with 85% market share, like you mentioned just now. 85% market share. What makes how did you guys become
Dominate the market.
dominated the market and become the leader of the market? How is the journey like? Is it long? Is it difficult? Is it crazy, or is it just like very smooth
Share with
sailing?
us some of your obstacles, your challenges. It
Yeah,
was a
okay. This is the challenge because if you're if you're thinking, so as I told, we started with the logic behind it was that we can offer you the support. So this is the biggest advantage if you are thinking on the competitors. You have to read it. Maybe if you pay more, you will get some consultancy, or if you are doing, let's say, uh, co-working with some agency who knows the platform. But anyway, you have to pay them more. So if we are talking about, okay, maybe in this moment we are not so advanced if you're thinking all those automation things like Klaviyo or all the fancy things what you can do additionally with MailChimp. But our first thing is customer support. With every problem, we have chat. You can call us. We can talk in Skype. We can do video calls. We can help you with the strategy, with everything. So this is why we are in Estonia in this point. Okay, actually, 2 years ago we bought the last competitor also. So
Okay. So customer support is basically your secret sauce. And I think
yeah,
that's important. From an email user, yeah, I value the ability to have, customer support on tap. Makes a lot of difference.
I would definitely agree as well because, like, a couple of episodes ago, we talked about growing a business. I guess that's the point. I think it was with Bob. I think he was saying that to grow, sometimes you have to start with something that is very manual but fundamental first. You have to really address your customers' needs, which is in fact a lot of times when people need email marketing, one of the biggest obstacles is that when they don't know how to do anything, they don't know who to look for. And that's actually, if you talk about it, right? Sorry to digress a little bit. Like this is a bit of ranting. Andrew and I started with MailerLite because we really love the support.
okay.
And Andrew was just saying that the MailerLite is no longer that supportive anymore after they were sold to a bigger company, and a lot of things are actually coming into a different angle right now. So I guess that's something that we can actually learn from Tanel and of course Smiley about dominating the market sometimes. And what I actually learned from Tanel just now about their story is they don't really, I mean, they are not being really like drawn into the idea of growing the company fast, but they have the idea of really growing the company steadily. So instead of
Yes.
like
Yep.
raise a lot of money and all that nonsense, instead you guys have a very strong vision, I must say. That's not something that you can find easily in a lot of so-called startup founders and business owners. I think
Yeah.
that's totally admirable.
That's important. From a user point of view, I think that is important.
Yeah, I mean that's
Yeah. Okay.
seriously.
You can raise money and expand fast and build like huge amount of whatever features or microservices, whatever. And actually, you have to you have to also manage them, maintain them.
Oh yes.
So I don't think this extreme fast expanding and growing is like the best idea in this moment. Yeah, okay, always we want to grow faster, but if you are thinking that we're growing steadily and expanding, not so fast, so maybe it's a better strategy than like, and then it's good.
Yeah.
I would say actually a lot of, I mean, I've been an observer of, the tech startups company for many years. Actually, at one point I was, doing some startups myself, burned some money, burned down some companies. I mean, so I think the whole idea here is one of the, I mean, this is digress a little bit, but since we are at discussion at this topic of starting a company and maintaining a company, I think it also comes back to the definition of growth. So when a lot of tech companies, when they started raising money and they actually kind of like tune their growth direction into expansion in terms of features, because they always believe when I have more features and more advanced features, I'm able to draw more people in. But then again, I think what we learned from Tanel here is, in fact, what really draw people in is the relationship that you build with them. They are okay with lesser automation, but as long as they feel connected with you, they will stay with you. And
Yeah,
I've actually seen so many examples of tech companies or the so-called, software companies. They're over expanding in terms of their features, and to an extent, they don't know how to explain to their customers. They build too
and
many redundant.
the other thing is like, okay, you can have like huge amount of features, and there is like companies or clients who are like, okay, but they have this and this and this and this and this and this,
Well, I don't know.
and I'm asking like, okay, and what you're using from those old features?
Yeah,
Yes.
exactly.
Nothing, but they have.
Yeah.
So what, right?
Yeah.
Very true.
That's,
Like,
I
I
think
mean,
this, yeah,
yeah, and like MailChimp has this integration with Facebook ads and all things. Honestly speaking, why would you want to integrate your Facebook ad manager to your email in the first place? It
that's
doesn't tell you
totally, I
much.
agree.
It's
That's
nice, but like Tanner, you're perfectly correct. End of the day, for email, it's very simple. Can I easily craft my email? Do I have relevant templates that I can use? And most of the time, you probably use like in your lifetime 1 or 2 templates at most, unless you do e-commerce. At
Yeah.
that level, you probably be doing HTML designs anyways. You probably won't want to use the templates. So that's one way out. Second thing is, can I send it easily? And deliverability is important. Can I track? And that's about it. Automation is straightforward in most cases. That's all you need. Anything else is nice to have, but you probably will never use it.
That's why. That's why. Because the moment you want to start, you just imagine I need to start setting up Facebook ads in MailChimp. That's gonna be like
Oh,
another 55 hours of learning from most people. And
yes,
I thought I already have Facebook ads manager. Why
correct,
would I want to come back here and do this thing? And it's kind
correct.
of
Then your
like,
CRM, yeah,
yeah.
it
And
becomes very bloated, honestly.
yeah. And that's one of the reason, actually that was the reason why I left MailChimp anyway. So
Yeah, it got too
too
bloated
bloated
for us.
until like, what the hell is this, man? Like
Yeah, I
Richard
just
was
want to
saying,
send a bloody email. That's it.
yeah, and Richard was saying, or another way to go about this is like, why are you not with them, right? Exactly. I think, yeah, and why are you still talking to me? Because I think you really want something that it's really fundamental. I think that's what a lot of people really are looking for when it comes to services. I mean, good
Yeah,
learning from
yeah.
somebody
Just
who
want to add to Jason the notion of growth. I think certain companies, their definition of growth is how much money they can raise, not
Most,
about the business.
yeah, most,
Yeah. So you notice sometimes they will basically do a press release and say, well, we've gone into Series D or Series A and we are now valued as whatever it is, and they are chasing the amount of money as opposed to businesses. To
correct.
me, it's totally wrong. It doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we were asked, do you have 25 times of growth in the past like 10 years? Well, they don't. They only
Yeah, but
grow in,
okay, if you're thinking you're growing from zero, then it's like, but
Yeah.
of course, we are trying not to be. We want to be, of course, the unicorn, but probably the steady growth is better.
Yeah.
it's a different route.
Definitely.
And yeah,
Fundamentally makes a lot of difference.
that's why I like
And
it.
they are
That,
not profitable. Yeah.
Yeah, you guys are
What's
very
the point?
grounded. I think that drives a long way. Now, since we're at
Absolutely.
this topic of like, we actually started discussing some other email service providers and all that. So just in case, guys, if you guys want to find out more, this is the URL to find Smiley. Okay, it's smiley.com. Very straightforward. No more send smiley.com. You know, it's very straightforward. It's smiley.com. And then we also got this from Tanel that if you want to actually learn useful stuff from Smiley, you can actually go to smiley.com/blog.
There's
So
like probably hundreds of articles about email marketing from every aspect what you
Yes.
yeah, fantastic.
want to know.
Great read. Yep.
Yeah.
And by the way, you can join for this free account. Is 2,000 email subscribers. You can join for free. And the good thing about Smiley is you
Yeah,
get
and you
full
can
feature
send
upfront.
unlimited times. We don't
There you
have the
go.
sending limit.
Yeah.
Without sending limit for
Yeah.
2,000 email addresses.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's crazy.
Full features.
Full
Full
features.
features.
Free account.
There you
So
go.
guys, now you have an option, another alternative to try and go in, and for sure that you're gonna get good support from them. So that's a total plus point. Yeah. So you might not get this from somewhere else. So go ahead
Nope.
and try this. Try Smiley. Definitely something worth trying. But if you,
Yes.
in case you guys want to connect with Tanel, this is his LinkedIn account. Just go to
There you go.
linkedin.com/im/Tanel-rent. So this is where you can actually connect with Tanel. But nonetheless, go to smiley.com, open a free account. Well, start sending. Why not, right? So that's
Yes.
something that I would totally encourage everybody to do. I'm gonna do that later on. So that's something that I will be, like doing. Then now we already understand, like the business philosophy of Smiley and how you guys actually grew into the leading company in Estonia. And I would like to really discuss about your expansion plan. I mean, is there any? Is
Yeah,
there
of
anything
course.
you can share? Is there
We
anything?
will
Yeah.
we will buy the MailChimp and the Campaign Monitor and all
Yes.
those others, and we will be the king of
100
email.
billion. Yes.
Yeah.
1 trillion valuation
Yeah.
company next to Apple.
The probably, of course, we want to be the player in the global market, but from other hand, if we want to keep our unique selling point as the customer support, this is why, from other hand, it's very hard to expand fast because then you have to think all those, let's say, for US, you have the other time zone. Okay, you have to have people there. From Asia, there is another time zone and other languages. Because okay, in
Okay.
States you can do it in English, and here you can do it in English, and probably most in Europe you can do it in English. So we are trying, let's say, to do it like this. Estonia, we have clients already from Latvia, Lithuania, Finland, Sweden, all the Nordic countries, all the Baltic countries, Latvia, Lithuania, and then moving to the Europe. So probably oh, we want to be, but probably we will took the
Step by step, a gradual growth.
step by step.
Yeah.
I saw your blog is in English and Estonia and also Finnish. That's a lot of work, no? That's really a lot of work.
We are trying to publish every week one article.
Wow.
That's a
And
very
by the way, you guys
consistent-
should check out the blog. A lot of good nuggets and information you need to get you started on email marketing. And by the way, you also mentioned you have customers now from Vietnam. That's another challenge.
Yeah,
Australia.
Australia. Yeah, because
to be
this is like if you have like a huge amount of clients from different time zone, then it's gonna be like very big challenge how to satisfy them.
Yeah. You have to run 24/7.
Customers in States, that will be a challenge because when they work, you are supposed to be sleeping really, right?
But
Yeah.
technically, the moment you go international, you have to have a 24/7, 24/7 kind of customer support. And it's not
Of
easy though.
course.
Not easy.
So that's something. Yeah. And Richard
Okay.
was saying, like sometimes good products come from own needs after not being satisfied, trying everything under the sun. Yeah. I think that's one of a good way to start building products as long as you
For
possibly.
beginners, even yeah, beginners like me for email marketing, I have a problem. I don't know where can I press to get certain thing done. I want it done in an instance. If you ask me to
Yep.
read article, then I feel a bit neglected. If I can call or WhatsApp or even chat and I can solve the problem within an hour, I feel valued. Hence, I will still stay loyal to the product. So that's a very smart move. But of course, there is a cost to it. And I have to
Yeah.
say the offer that you just gave us is very attractive. 2,000 email addresses with full capability. Or that really makes me stand up and pay attention to you.
Yeah.
Nice.
Actually, very true, very true. So, guys, just want to quickly flash the like URL a little bit. If you guys want to find out more about Smiley, just go to smiley.com. Well, I think we can actually have multiple email service provider, right, Andrew? Am I right?
You can. You just
We
create subdomains
yeah. So
Yep.
and then point it in. Yeah.
yeah, that should
You
be
can.
very straightforward for those who know how to do it. But if you don't know how to do it, you can actually always ask Smiley. So
Can I
that's
ask a
one thing.
dumb question? Can I ask a dumb question? So does email service provider always give a landing page? As in they provide you to do landing pages? Is it always?
Depends. Let's say a couple of years ago, probably there was 5 years ago, there was very couple of providers who had this landing page thing.
Hmm?
But now it's, if you want to gather the information of the contacts, if you have to build the forms in some other platform, starting to connect them with your email marketing software, then it's gonna be like huge amount of problems.
Hmm.
So this is why probably now I think absolutely everyone has this form builders or landing page builders.
I see, I see.
Yep.
Actually,
I
very
mean,
true.
people are moving towards the no code kind of environment, and it makes sense to have the landing page built in together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Yep. So, guys, this is the link, and just go over and sign up for a free account, and you can actually have full access to all full features, for
Yep.
up to 2,000 subscribers at no cost. So that's amazing. All
That
right.
should be enough for you to make some money and then pay for subscription later as
Oh
you
yeah.
grow.
Well,
Oh
that
yeah.
is
Yeah.
a good start for students who want to learn email marketing.
Students who wants to learn email marketing. Yeah.
Students
Very
want to
true.
learn email marketing, go to blog.
Yeah. You read,
Start
you
from there.
learn, you put in practice,
Yeah.
then
Make
you
money.
connect
Sign
him
up.
via LinkedIn and learn
Yeah.
more from him.
There you go.
There
All
you go.
right.
There you go.
Cool.
All right. So I just want to quickly kind of like route back to another questions that we have. I mean, actually, up to now, we already learned your journey of how you guys grew Smiley into the leading company in Estonia, and we talk about your unique selling point, which is your customer service and the philosophy behind in the company, which we totally admire, which is you will go step by step. You don't want to really like have drastic, raise a lot of
Yeah.
money and eventually just
Hockey
start
stick growth.
growing. Yeah, I mean, that's totally admirable. But throughout the years, I believe there must be some challenges in terms of your entire journey of growth up to now where you are right now. And can you actually share with us a couple of them about the biggest
Yeah, of
challenges that
course. If you
Yep.
if you're thinking, the one thing is all the integrations. If you are building the native integration, let's say for, I don't know, Magento, WordPress, Shopify, PrestaShop, OpenCard, whatever. So if that changes something, okay, WordPress next release, WooCommerce next release, means you have to all the time update your native plugins that they will work.
Mhm.
So
Very true.
huge amount of time, huge amount of testing, huge amount of coding power goes there.
Mm.
More clients, more volume for the sending. Your infrastructure has to be like very scalable.
And it's not easy.
All the bounces you have to handle absolutely everything, all the logics. If some IP goes to the blacklist, rerouting. So the probably the most biggest challenge actually is all this uh, back office thing, how the thing is technically works. How nice it looks, or this is the easiest part. So you have to every day face some things that you have to resolve.
Mm.
So
So
you're
and
saying,
now why we are trying to release probably during couple of months our new logic called apps market. So we are using some third party connectors what will connect whatever platform with us. So we don't have to maintain our native plugins like all the time. Keep up to update.
Yeah,
well, that would save a lot of time and resources, I suppose.
makes a lot of sense.
Makes a lot of
Yeah,
sense. Yeah.
Makes a lot of
we are
sense. Yeah.
trying to pre-think all the scenarios and let's say the automation templates and the connection templates. So you just choose that. I don't know. I want to connect my HubSpot to Smiley and that sync from like two-way sync and this and this and this and field, and you just push the button, adding your API keys here and here, and everything happens.
Oh,
Nice.
nice,
That's yeah.
nice.
I
Okay.
totally understand. I totally agree with the undercurrent work that a lot of people have never, that don't even know that exists, but it's a lot of
Yeah.
work.
Yeah, I heard a couple of clients that, oh, right, I don't understand why it's that like and this and that, that maybe we can do it by ourselves. Yeah, I said, okay,
Go
if
ahead.
you have like, I don't know how many coders and how many servers, and you have to deal with the spam traps, you have to deal with the blacklists if you are sending something not who you have to deal with traffic every inbox. They have different rules how many like emails you can send by per second or per minute. So yeah, if you have like, I don't know, some additional 500,000 €1 million just to build another smiley, yeah, go ahead.
Yes. Yeah, man.
Actually, very
That's
true.
true.
Yeah,
That's
they
true.
really totally underestimate the amount of
And
effort.
if you are thinking, we have done it's like 16 years. So how much time and money if you are calculating?
Yeah.
So this is now it's working. And if you want the same results or if you want the better results, probably you will have invest like, I don't know, 5 times more.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
yeah, absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely. I mean, yeah, Andrew, you wanted to say something just now.
Yeah,
Sorry.
I've got a question. Email is 52 years old this year, and you are smack in the middle of the email ecosystem. What sort of trend are you seeing moving forward in the evolution? Because email has not changed much.
Good question.
Yeah, this is the question that every year you can answer that more personalization, more dynamic content, and it's also like 5 years every year the same thing. So
Yeah.
actually, I can't say what will be the new fancy trend or what you're gonna think about in next or year after that. Probably the same things: segmentation, personalization.
Hard to, yeah. I mean, that's why it is one platform the fundamental of email being one-to-one communication at scale has never
Yeah.
changed.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know. I can't see integration with social media doesn't make sense.
But I think eventually, when it comes to email marketing evolution, like you guys are saying, this is 52 years old and nothing much changed. But fundamentally, it is still one of the most fundamental tools that everybody uses every day.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and those guys who are saying that, oh yeah, email is there, let's use the TikTok,
TikTok, what? How do
Facebook.
you do email with TikTok?
Go ahead, man.
Well, that you just skip the email and you do just TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, whatever. But what they don't understand, we had actually I posted also in my LinkedIn this thing about GDPR and the Facebook and Instagram and what's happened when European government, let's say, bans Facebook and Instagram in Europe. So you have done everything in Facebook, in Instagram stories, you had like million followers, and next day there is like blackout, and you don't have nothing.
Yep.
If you have those guys and ask from them the email, you can do business after the Facebook and after the Instagram and after the TikTok also.
Yeah.
So anyway, you can send them your offers, whatever you want to say them.
Yeah.
So I don't think that email is dead, and they're saying, yeah, now these chatbots and everything they will take over. I don't think so.
Yeah, I totally agree. But if there is anything that, come back to Andrew's question about prediction, I would say, agreeing to what Tanel was saying just now, I think email is going to become more and more important. It's not going to die. And I don't see any replacement coming up. This is one fundamentally still become your so-called your internet identity that you carry and go everywhere.
Yep.
And as all these social media platforms, when it comes to like now we talk about fragmentation, where people are going to different platforms, it's no longer like last 10 years that everybody is on Facebook, everybody is on Instagram, and now you have a lot of competitors like coming out like TikTok. I think it's more and more important. People are getting more and more aware about the importance of email, and I think that's something that all these email marketers, or not just email marketers, digital marketers must pay attention to. So, I really want to circle back. If you guys want to have an email service provider that will give you all full features at no cost to start experimenting and doing what you want, go to smiley.com. This is where you can actually create a free account and just play with it, and you got best support in the world, probably. So that's something that you have to really start doing after today. And all right, I think that brings us to near the end of the show.
Oh man, that was fast.
So much. Yeah, I mean, it's really awesome learning from somebody so grounded, so experienced, with a very different vision of growing a business. That's a fantastic learning from Tanel, and to learn about Smiley. And before we go, like Manfred, are you ready to do your website?
I thought Richard has a message.
Oh yeah, Richard. I mean, Richard, I think. Oh, okay. Richard was saying, yeah, that's like always come back when they do. They make sure learning fees are included. I think that's really about the like Tanel's remark about the clients say that they do it themselves. That's very true. Okay. Thanks, Richard, for joining. Like, you go.
Manfred.
Mine's Jason,
Website of the week.
Website of the week.
Yeah, I'm actually saying it. All right. Okay.
Okay, this is under Ad Creative Bank. So I think people who know me, I actually spend a lot of time looking at the Facebook Ad Library, TikTok Creative Center. So this one, it is something similar. They have a lot of ads. But the interesting part, okay, let me quickly just run through the pages. So let's start exploring. Categories, different creative types for you to choose from. There's discount, emerging, humor. This is a different way of sorting things. Okay, so say example, I'm interested in B2B lead gen. So
Wow.
here are some examples. So
Not bad, huh?
So
Oh,
we try to
not
say this
bad.
imitation is the sincere form of flattery. If you're good, people want to copy you lah. So this will give you some idea. Although of course you can't see the impressions or the results, but I think this is a good start. So there are other categories. Let me try to go back.
Yeah. Great inspiration for creating ads, though.
Yeah.
Right,
I
like
actually
it.
put up the link at like brought it up. It's the at the
The
at the
at
creativebank.com. The
.com.
at
All right.
creativebank.com. So
Yep.
for all Facebook advertisers, or even now we can actually also use this for TikTok advertising. So you guys know another avenue for you to find inspiration. Okay, so yeah, the at
Manfred, awesome.
creativebank.com. Thank you so much for yet
Yeah.
another awesome website of the week by Manfred. All right. So that will bring us coming to the end of this show. Tonight
Right
we will
smack.
go back to the backstage a little bit, but really thank you so much for joining us tonight. I think it's about 5 p.m. over there, right? Or 6?
Now it's 6.
6.
Yeah, 6. Okay. Thank you so much to join us from the other part of the world, Estonia, and to share with us your story of building Smiley into the leading company in terms of email marketing in Estonia, and your wisdom in terms of business building and all that. Really, thank you so much
Awesome.
for joining us. And with that, we wrap this one, guys. We have 4 more episodes to go before we hit 100 and wrap the 3 Marketer show. Next week we have another guest. Stay tuned, and I'll see you next week, same time at 10 o'clock Malaysia time, GMT plus 8.
8.
And with that, thank you so
Tanel,
much. For
thank you
joining
very
us.
much for coming
you,
on
Tanel.
and joining us.
Okay, and right,
night, folks.
guys. Good night. See you around. Goodbye.